classical artists every week, in English and in Spanish. I'm Frank Dominguez. Join me for Concierto.
Every Wednesday night at 8 on KSJE Farmington.
I'm John Lienhard with The Engines of Our Ingenuity. Every day we talk about human invention and creativity in science, technology, and the arts. We talk about all the drama and intrigue, insight and personal conviction that constantly bubble just below the surface of a world built by human hands. We honor complexity at the same time we keep things understandable. Do join me. We'll have a lot of fun together.
Weekdays at 5:45 on KSJE. This program is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center, who's expanding its services to offer low-cost blood screenings all year round, now offering walk-in convenience to get the blood tests you want when you want them. MyLabs, patient-ordered testing, is available in Farmington at the hospital's laboratory and the Outpatient Diagnostic Center on 30th Street. Also in Aztec at San Juan Health Partners Family Medicine at 120 Llanos Street. With nearly 20 tests available, there's an option for everyone. MyLabs, patient-ordered testing, a wellness service of San Juan Regional Medical Center. .833 KSJE. It's 18 degrees outside our studios here at San Juan College. Winds are out of the east at 6 miles per hour. Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Michlin. Thank you for joining us. Special good morning to our viewers who are watching us live this morning on the KSJE Facebook page and YouTube channel. You are seeing a little bit of the sunrise of the snow-covered campus here at San Juan College from earlier today. Our weather forecast is calling for a mostly sunny Monday, but cold. It's only going to get up to about 33 degrees today. Very cold overnight tonight with a low of 9 degrees under clear skies. Tomorrow, partly sunny, 32 for a high and 13 overnight, and then 10 degrees warmer on Wednesday with a high of 42 and partly sunny skies. And then in the forecast, a chance of maybe some rain or snow showers again Thursday and Friday. The high each day 42 and the overnight lows in the mid to upper 20s. I'm Scott Michlin, as I mentioned, and my guest this morning on the radio from the AmeriCorps program here in San Juan County, Marian Yanni, is here, and she is actually the coordinator with the AmeriCorps program in the San Juan chapter. And again, good morning. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
You bet. It's good to talk with you. And for folks who are just joining us, you were telling me that you have how many positions that are available for AmeriCorps volunteers?
We have 13 member volunteer positions for
Right.
San Juan chapter.
And those range, again, give us the breakdown from the full-time to the other part-time and
Sure.
half-times.
We have 3 full-time positions, 1 half-time position, 1 reduced reduced quarter-time position, and 8 quarter-time positions.
Got you. And so, and again, those are pretty much depending on the hour. So the full-time is what you would expect being 40 hours. The half-time is 20 hours a week.
Exactly.
And then the others are
15 hours a week, and then the quarter-time is 10 hours per week.
Got it. Okay. And so we were talking, too, that there are 2 areas that this grant covers for AmeriCorps volunteer service, and those are in veterans and military families, and the other area is in environmental stewardship. And so there are different jobs and different duties assigned to both of those. We talked a little bit about military and veteran families, but is there anything else that kind of go with those types of positions that you want to mention?
I do. Environmental stewardship provides direct services that contribute to increased energy and water efficiency, renewable energy use, or improving at-risk ecosystems. And I believe some of those things are at San Juan chapter. Support increased citizen behavioral change leading to increased efficiency, renewable energy, and ecosystem improvement. So in addition to actually hands-on work there at San Juan chapter, we're going to be educating the community members on how to upkeep and how to maintain and how to create those spaces. So one of the specific things that we want to do at San Juan chapter is get rid of noxious weeds and trees. There are a lot of tamarisk trees down there that
Right.
are, just soaking up all the water. So we want to get rid of majority of those and just make it a really nice place. Maybe even plant some nice trees out there.
Great.
And community trails for people to walk and exercise on.
Right, and so these volunteers will be doing this work, I guess. And so the idea would be, once you get all these people hired, the idea is to meet with the chapter and residents to kind of find out and prioritize what they'd like to see happen, and then kind of put the teams together to go out and do that type of work?
Exactly. What we'll do is take a look at their community use plan and sit down with the community, with the members. It's called a C Club membership. So they'll all come together and basically, probably take out a map and say exactly what it is that they're wanting, where the trails are going to be, if they want a picnic area or park area, and get those things planned, making sure that any paperwork, surveys, stuff of that nature are in place, making sure that the paperwork is right so that, we're not kind of backtracking.
Right.
And that might take a year. There might not be hands-on things, but as far as environmental stewardship members, they'll get to understand the process.
Sure. And when you talk about these types of projects that involve maybe some equipment or materials or things like that, I mean, that's provided by other sources. That's not an AmeriCorps paid for, like gravel or bulldozers or things like that. That would be maybe the chapter or other partners working with the volunteers.
Right. AmeriCorps works in collaboration with San Juan chapter. And we'll also go out into the community and see how we can get these things either donated. There may be money in the budget for San Juan chapter to purchase these items. And what we've done when San Juan or AmeriCorps was at Shiprock chapter, they redid the kind of, I think it's called Najoni Park. So they kind of mimicked what Berg Park and the parks here in Farmington look like, where they have the railroad ties and then it's kind of strung through with like a metal cord. I don't know what that's called, but
sure.
They mimicked it, and it looks so much nicer now at the Najoni Park.
Kind of like a fence, I guess, with you have the ties sticking
right.
out of the ground, when the metal cable kind of going in between to keep everyone kind of on the same path.
Yeah, exactly, and keep them out of the area that we want pedestrians to enjoy. So,
right. And maybe away from the area where there's some new plantings or something to, again, kind of help control erosion or things like that if you're along the river or what have you. So that's what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's, again, another great example of what AmeriCorps workers and volunteers have done, because there's been a lot of work in the Shiprock chapter in that park specifically. I remember talking about it the last couple of years, but if folks are curious, they can maybe see some of the work that's been done already in the community in some of these chapters because of this grant.
Right, and what they did, they collaborated with, it wasn't just one, AmeriCorps or Shiprock chapter or capacity builders or, any other specific program. Everybody worked together, and I think that's the biggest message that we want to send is community. You network, you get to know these people and what people are capable and able to do, and when it all comes together, that's the end result, is just, a really nice park for the community. Right.
So as you mentioned, this is the end, at least at this point, of the 5-year grant that
yes.
funds the AmeriCorps part of this, and then the idea being that hopefully the San Juan chapter or maybe another will pick it up and apply again for another grant for the area.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great program, especially for, I think, the underdevelopment of, the Navajo Nation. It helps community members come out and be aware of what the needs are in their own community. And it helps them also to gain experience, we help the members, basically help them to either enhance their resume or create one.
Right.
It also helps, we encourage veterans to come out. When that happens with veterans, we notice the veterans tend to help each other a lot more, that's their whole mantra, and the camaraderie is
right.
there. So veteran to veteran help, I think, is the best, because they can relate to each other the best and help each other.
Sure. And it's open to anyone, really, but you're
Right.
talking about some of these folks who've done very well, and it seems to fit very well into this program.
Right.
And to do that, again, we were pointing folks to the website, and that's probably the best place to go to get more information and to find the application that would then start the process, I guess, of becoming an AmeriCorps volunteer.
Yeah, you can start at AmeriCorps. I think it's AmeriCorps.org. You can always call me at my office. It's 505-566-5873.
Okay. And start the process there. And I know, at least I remember, that for some of maybe the full-time AmeriCorps positions where people are working 40 hours a week, there is this educational award, which you've talked about, but there is also a stipend as well. Is that still true?
That is true.
Okay, and that's money, right, that comes to these people who are working. It's not a lot of money, but it's a stipend, which is why it's called that.
Right. It's called the Living Stipend. The full and half-time members are eligible for that.
Okay.
And it's not a lot. I think it's every 2 weeks. But it's something that will, hopefully help you. Of course, it would benefit you, but yeah, it's
Might pay for some gas money or
Right.
lunches or something, perhaps,
Exactly.
right? It's not
No.
really designed to be a living wage, but something to just maybe offset some of the costs of volunteering for those full and half-time positions.
right. I mean, they're coming out to San Juan chapter, and it might be a little drive for some people, but like we said, we are encouraging people in the community, especially. But if not, if you're out of the community, this would help, for gas to come out or to have lunch. Actually, you might have to bring your lunch. There's not a lot of stores out there.
I'm going to say, right, not yet, but that's true. But it does help these individuals, and it's for the full and the halftime positions, correct?
Right.
So the 40-hour and the 20-hour a week positions would get this stipend,
Living stipend, yeah.
and they would adjust accordingly, I guess, as to the amount
Yep.
of what it would be. But that is what we're talking about. Also, of course, the other benefit of being an AmeriCorps volunteer is that educational award. And remind us again, kind of how that works. That comes after your year of service is completed, correct?
Right. After your year of commitment, after the full-time position, the 17 hours are completed, a full-time member would get $6,095 for school in the Siegel AmeriCorps Education Award. The half-time, completing 900 hours per year, would receive $3,047.50 for school. Reduced half-time with 675 hours per year would earn $2,321.90.
Okay.
And the quarter time with 450 hours per year would earn $1,612.43.
Very good. And those awards can be used for just tuition and books, educational expenses. As you mentioned, they could be used to pay off an older student loan that someone
Right.
may have, or it could also be used to give to a immediate family member, I guess, of either a child or a grandchild.
Trial, yep. It's so versatile. It's giving. I mean, and it comes from you giving into your community, and it's great. It's just a wonderful program.
Very true. And we mentioned, too, that there are some colleges and universities, although I was surprised when you told me during the break there are none in New Mexico, but there are some that actually double or match the amount of the award. So it seems like it's being doubled. So if you go in with $6,000, that particular college or university will match it with another $6,000, and you now have $12,000 to spend on your education or your grandchild's education or whatever the case may be, right?
Right. I was unfortunately amazed that New Mexico does not match the AmeriCorps Siegel Education Award. So, if there's any way that can be changed, that'd be great. A lot of people that do this great work in their community, this would just be another way to thank them by matching
Right.
their tuition amount.
That would be
their
award.
education award. Yeah.
Right. But there are several you mentioned to me in Arizona, and it seems like there are several in our neighboring states.
Neighboring states,
That folks
yes.
can check out, and certainly do a search nationwide if they wanted to do that. But
Right.
there are colleges and universities out there that are doing this.
Yeah, and if you have any more questions about which colleges or universities do that, you can go to the AmeriCorps.org website. You can print it out, or you can just look at it. I've printed it out for myself, and like I said, I was amazed that New Mexico doesn't have one college or university that does that. But hopefully that will be changed in the future.
Let's hope so. I think it should be. So
Yeah.
That's great. Well, Marianne, thank you so much for coming in this morning and talking about the opportunities with the AmeriCorps program in the San Juan chapter. And again, if folks would like to call you at your office, what's the number?
505-566-5873.
Okay. We feel like we know a lot about AmeriCorps now
Right.
after your visit. So thank you for being
so
here.
much for having me here. I appreciate that.
You're very welcome. Good luck with finding those applicants for those 13 positions.
Right. If you know of anyone that's not, doing anything, maybe doesn't have the motivation, have them give me a call. We'll definitely see if we can find them some work, find
Yeah.
them to spend their time uplifting this community at San Juan chapter.
Very true. And for folks who are listening this morning, you can go online, you can go to our YouTube page or go to our Facebook page and share this video with others if you think they might be interested. Have them watch and learn all about it just like we are this morning. So
Right.
They can do that too. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. That's Marianne Yanni, my guest here on KSJE, talking about the AmeriCorps program. Back with more in just a moment, everybody. The time is 8:47.
In January 1788, 6 transports delivered 750 convicts to Botany Bay.